Where Maryland begins its title defense. The Terps, a juggernaut a season ago. Well, they've graduated a ton of talent from that team. They've dealt with injuries this year. It's a different Terrapin squad here at
the senior, 3-year backup, 54%. He's playing on a bum knee, but Fort Knox is in the house.
Coletti won the opening faceoff. Maryland able to win it back. And the Terps will set up on offense first. Should be a terrific face-off matchup this evening. Coletti and Weirman, two of the best in college lacrosse.
Looks like Maryland shutting them off.
Maryland penalty, number 5, Dante Trader.
Army wheels it around the perimeter, now back to X. Reese Burek, 24 in black, is Army's leading scorer, and it's Avi Mail, the freshman from the Haverford School in Pennsylvania. His third goal of the season. All have come on the man up.
Maryland electing to shut off Jake Moore in 90 and playing this as a 5-on-4 from well outside the hash. Are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. He paints that corner. Keep the change. Army off to a good start.
Army, the Patriot in hand in the Patriot League Championship against Loyola. He's out.
So is Bailey O'Connor, a first-line midi.
Snaking in, shot and a score. Ryan Sposito, Bailey O'Connor hurt. Sposito bumps up to the first midfield. And Army with a 2-0 lead on the defending champs just a couple of minutes in.
Coletti winning draws. There's a good look at Sposito. Grandson of former Cornell coach Richie Moran. Played big last week in the Patriot League Championship game. A win against Loyola. Here he deals with what should have been a penalty. He got it.
Spins it back to Sposito. Crease feed, carnage, and here comes Maryland.
Grind type game where toughness comes to the surface.
There's Ryan Syracuse with a left hand, saved by Knox, and picked up off the ground by Joey Stillings, the junior from Minnesota. Army keeps it in. Unsettled chance for the Black Knights. Stillings off the crossbar, back to Burek, to the wing, one more, 3-zip Army, Gunnar Fellows.
This place is going nuts. Fort Knox, point blank range. The high top black cleats. Look at those old school cleats. Crossbar, rebound right to your teammate. Burek one more, turn and rake. Army playing fast.
Contributors. Then 2 of their top 6 on offense suffered season-ending injuries before this season even started. Here's Weirman all the way, and he gets Maryland on the board. Terps win their first face-off, and it's Weirman with his second goal of the season. First team all Big Ten face-off man.
He credits his mental focus, his level head. Gives him the ability to ride out momentum in a game. He just takes that one right down the middle of the field. And
now a little hangman for Maryland. Daniel Kelly, their top goal scorer. Feet in front, shot by Brennan, turned away by Knox, who clamps down. Knox dead. You mentioned no Bailey O'Connor, no Paul Johnson. Number 2 attackman. Here's Fellows. He's got a goal. More of an off-ball guy. A 2-man game with Tangretti. Fellows on the dodge, snakes and stings, and it is 4-1 Army.
Knox Dent plays with a brace. Injured his knee at the end of March against Loyola. He's going to need surgery when the season ends. Fellows capitalizes on a matchup here against the short stick, and Maryland is just way too man-oriented. There's no double team, there's no slide. Somebody with this offensive personnel late in the season, the midfield lines have been fluid.
Turning the corner as Jack Chorus, his 21st of the season. One of 3 Chorus brothers competing at Maryland. He's got a brother Charlie on the lacrosse team, a brother Will on the golf team.
Will's the #1 golfer for the University of Maryland. His sister plays at Towson Haley, and Chorus has had a terrific junior season. He's been a bright spot. Most of the damage that he has done has been off ball. He's super intelligent with
resets. Burek trying to use the pick from Morin, draws the slide, plays it to Sposito, and played to perfection.
Maryland doesn't seem to care about matchups in this game. Plunkett, you see the athletic ability. 7A high school football player, defensive player of the year in his league, a strong safety with an athletic IQ that's jumped off the page this season. And if you're talking Army lacrosse, you're talking clutch, and that's Ryan Sposito. Big
34 in the semis against Lehigh Sisselberger.
Coletti from Linganore High School, which is in Frederick, Maryland, out west.
Another one finding the back of the net. That is Tangretti. Just his 2nd of the season, the junior from Syracuse, New York. And the defending champions getting a shock to their system in this opening quarter.
Right to right, full speed down the alley. No help. Tangretti, the junior from Baldwinsville. Terps in complete defensive disarray right now.
Cal Lambert inverts. 15 seconds, first quarter. Monero. Shot score! Army cannot miss. Their 7th goal of this opening quarter comes with 6 seconds to go. Just the 2nd goal for Monero. The last goal for John Monero out of Southlake, Texas, came on the 25th of February.
Army working hard to get to the middle of the field. Working hard to earn.
Winning matchups in certain cases as well. Maryland on offense to begin the 2nd quarter, down by 5. Zach Whittier. Over to Spanos. Now it's Urksa.
Get a switch, you're in the switch.
He's got the short stick, Eamon Murphy. Urksa spins around and scores. He had the matchup, he won his matchup, and it's 7-3.
Cadets talking it over. And in my opinion, if Urksa earns the switch onto the short stick midfielder, right here, you've got to go. You've got to double team. He's just too fast to be covered. They've got to work harder to keep the matchup intact. Okay, Pilot's got to fight through that pick or double this Terp. I love his feet.
Weirman wins the faceoff. He can push. Weirman plays to the wing. Shot score. Weirman to Urksa. And like that, Maryland with a little juice.
Second face-off goal for the Terps. Weirman opened their scoring to make it 3-1. Whistle ready, wins the clamp. He's the faster man. And then his handle is sensational, Luke Weirman. The senior from Westchester, Pennsylvania. He's got another year. Criminal justice.
We'll try again with Malt. His shot saved. It comes back to the Terps. New 60-second shot clock. Malt's against Mazer. Army picks it out. There's Mazer, who's been so good off the ground. Now he hits the ground, swarmed by white shirts. Whittier out of the scramble.
Fatigue is real now for this Army defense. This is they're a great passing and cutting team. The issue is, who can draw a double team to get the defense in motion?
Malt's got a step, it hit, not stepped, and he kicked it into his goal. Quinn, you're a goalie. Have you done that before?
No. Fortunately, I can't remember having done this. Goalies, you're going to give up a lot of rebound goals. The cardinal rule as a goalie here is if you don't know where the ball is, step lightly. You can swivel your hips and look behind you without moving your feet, because this is a nightmare. To kick the ball in with your heel, it's unfortunate. And you see his frustration. He's played
out. No signal.
I'm guessing no goal because I haven't seen hands go up.
20 black, 1 minute. We've got 20 black, cross-check, 1 minute. 10 white on sportsmanlike conduct for hitting the goalie, 1 minute. Both penalties are locked in for the full minute. It's going to be white ball, reset 60. Because they had possession at the time.
So offsetting penalties, in essence, to explain the rule, if a player lands in the goal mouth, that is that semicircle right in front of the goal. Urksa lands in the goal mouth. If he lands in the goal mouth without contact and the ball goes in, no goal. Now, if he's pushed in,
Murphy, 30 seconds.
Maltz will sit himself down in the middle of this defensive formation, 37 in white.
Daniel Kelly. They got a 5-on-4. Now Murphy. All sorts of space for Maryland, and they find the soft spot inside. It's Daniel Maltz. The Terps roaring back. Down 7-2 after one. They've closed within one.
Braden Urksa taking on all challengers. He's got the speed to get topside. Feeling confident on the fast break from Luke Weirman. Fort Knox kicks that one off his heel. And then with the extra man, it's Maltz.
Urksa against Pilot. Spanos on the crease. Maryland ties it at 7.
When dodging domination is in short supply, you go to the pick game. Right here, the pick set. Confusion by Army. You see the defense not on the same page. 2 players go to Urksa, leaving Spanos all alone. No rotation down the backside. Picks and screens in 2-man games.
They've outscored Army 5-zip in this second quarter.
Time of the penalty, 3:48.
Feeding the crease, Chorus denied. Welcome to Fort Knox.
Well, his time is now, and it's got to be. If Army's going to win this game in the face of a face-off disparity, they got to win it somewhere else. Ground balls, goaltending.
Back to even strength. Dawson Clark ambushed, got rid of it. Here's Burek. Shoots and scores! Army with its first goal of the second quarter. And they're back on top 8-7.
Black Knights making plays when Maryland tries to heat it up. Knox Dent, the senior from Denver, right-hander, super bouncy. I love the way he moves from pipe to pipe. He's always on his toes, he's aggressive, and he stays big from the inside. That's a stellar save. Now watch this pass from Dawson Clark right here. That's an amazing play. He's triple teamed, keeps his eyes up, and as he's falling, finds a teammate. Burek does the rest. Watch Burek play tricks with Rupel. Rupel's thinking about picking that baby off. He's cheating to my final score than a first half score.
Syracuse charging down the alley. Mazer stays with him. Now here's Whittier, clean pass to the goal, and he beats Dent. Tied at 8.
Sophomore out of Georgetown Prep doesn't miss. He's got an exceptional shooting percentage this year, coming in at 50%. Scout team member a year ago, again, using the pick to create offensive leverage. Syracuse sets the up screen. Watch 38. Pass, set the screen, and that just changes the angle where the defender's got to chase, and Whittier's got enough quickness to give himself a shooting angle.
Weirman's been a catalyst in this second quarter.
5 in that quarter. Rupel making 0 saves in that 15-minute span.
Rupel 2 out of 10. Maryland with the ball to begin this third quarter. Under John Tillman, the Terps have only lost in round 1 once. That was in 2013 to Cornell. 4 points in the first half. Less than 15 to shoot. McCullough, inside roll! Tags the top shelf, 9-8 Army.
The flying fin. Starting in this game for Paul Johnson. This is terrific, the inside roll. Watch him post up right-handed. Turn and dive to the tangent of the crease. Little deception on the finish. Transitional, beautiful, beautiful flow.
Erksa now, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Spanos works down the alley. Serpents around the crease. Fournier lost his stick. Spanos makes him pay.
Spanos is going to etch his legacy here at College Park. So big, 6'5", 220. He wins the point of contact.
If you're Army right now, there's 2 you want back. That one, no Booch.
No way! No way!
Tancredi picked up by Trader on the switch. Makar marking McCullough, starting in place of Johnson. Bounce shot, it slips past Rupel, and Rupel knows that's one he had to have.
Keep the change. This Army team, they just keep improving. They keep proving people wrong. Finn McCullough is the 4th or 5th on the depth chart at West Point. With Paul Johnson out today, he's getting some major playing time. He's being covered by a first-team All-American caliber defender. What does he do? He takes him to...
Missing its entire starting defensive midfield from last year, but Joe Alberici was very confident in the guys he had. Mazer, Eamon Murphy, Keegan Tracy.
This program has developed young players using their Army prep, led by Mac DeAnge. They can't get transfers.
Andrew Kelly, left hand free, scores! The senior from Charlotte.
Production from no names. Keep the change. You buy a break when the ball rings off the iron. You got unassisted goals by Finn McCullough and now Andrew Kelly. Army starting to believe here in College Park.
Because they lost so much, and this game in a lot of ways is a microcosm of their story this year. Yeah, we've lost pieces. We're okay. Spanos dumps it behind the cage. In front, flag down. Maryland will go man up.
Spanos, size, imposing. He's got power and skill. I think he's a superstar of the future. Committed to the Terps as a 14-year-old. He was one of the last early verbal commits as a middle schooler. Injuries and COVID.
Personal foul, 25 black. Illegal body check, 1 minute. 25 black, illegal body check, 1 minute. We're going to reset to 60.
Injuries and COVID slowed and derailed his high school career. That's unfortunate.
Murphy fakes it. Gets it back from Daniel Kelly. Terps continue to spin it. 15 seconds on the man up. Urksa, Maltz, goal!
Precision passing. One cradle and snap it. Maltz had the big year back in 2021 with 40 goals. Dad Derek, former player in the mid-80s.
Now picked up by Burles on the switch. Wanted more in. Here comes Makar. The Yorktown missile. Makar shoots and scores! The third overall pick in the PLL draft. He wears the #1 jersey, and that has fired up the Maryland faithful.
He wanted this. Watch 40 in white. Press out. Makar scoops. The box fake here. Right there. Keeps the defense off his hands. He makes up his mind right about there. And just kind of fakes it enough to keep the defense. They really improved their performance in this third quarter. Giving Army a lot more possession time.
They didn't have it much in the second quarter. Army trying to spin it. Rupel pounces out of the cage.
In front.
Dancing behind the cage. Snakes around. He's driven too far out from his range. Urksa, low shot, and Maryland leads for the first time tonight.
Maybe Maryland's most impressive half-field possession of the day. Ball movement, people movement, crisp. Look at the sharing. Pow, pow, pow. Gets the defense in motion and allows Urksa just to curl up topside and frees up his strong right hand. Shoots this through the stick. I'm not sure if Knox Dent saw that clearly, Anish.
Maryland with a chance. Garrett Gibbons sliding in. A 2-goal edge for the Terps, and they wave it off. They said he was in the crease. Army the other way. Oh, they had an unsettled situation. They threw it over the head of Fellows, and a turnover for Army. 14 turnovers. That's an area where Maryland is winning big, +10 in turnovers. Final 35 seconds, quarter number 3.
Crease violation.
Or was it? Champion tonight. Maryland won it all last year. Joe Alberisi was at the helm in 2010, still at Army, and if memory serves me correctly, I believe Jack Emmer was on the call, the former Army head.
Has produced some wacky results.
Evan Plunkett enters the box score. First goal of the night for the Patriot League Freshman of the Year. And what do you know, we're tied once again, a dozen apiece.
You do not see freshman midfielders in Division I lacrosse scoring 40 points from the midfield. Right-handed alley dodge, dynamically fast. Said his recruiting came down to Army and Navy. And when he got to the West, and now Coletti's won, what, 8 of the last 10?
Nice job reading our statistician Rusta Lynn's handwriting.
He's still got cramps and going to physical therapy after that Ivy League tournament game.
A lot of writing, he does it by hand. Here's Morin! Tatanka! A sonic boom by Jacob Morin, and Army takes the lead.
Rocket Man has got a long, smooth, left-handed release. Plunkett carries, Morin scrapes in front of him and sets up his feet. You'd think he'd want to catch it right-handed. No, keep it in your strength. Catch, crow hop, and fire. Goalie ISO, you can't stand the heat. Key post-game moments, love it.
Maryland now looking for the equalizer. Syracuse splitting the defense. Urksa against Pilot, the Patriot League Defender of the Year. There's Kelly, Maryland's leading goal scorer. Gets inside, turned away. And off the ground, it's Fournier.
Wow, Dent comes out. And you know, he's playing with a knee brace. He's playing with a knee that's gonna need...
Brennan gets the pick from Kelly. Sullivan stays with him. Brennan rolls inside, dumps it back to Kelly. Shot clock is down to 10. Kelly on the shorty Murphy. Kelly, righty bouncer. Dent covers it up, flag down.
It's gonna be an interference call against Deacon Donaldson. I didn't see it.
Foul's on Black, 8, interference, 30-second technical. Reset it to 60.
Senior.
Technical third, 8.
I thought it was great
8.
defense.
Black.
Man for man, this is an off-the-ball foul, so sometimes these are hard to find. As you look at Donaldson, nuclear.
Maltz with both extra man goals for Maryland today. Skip pass. Inside, Maltz dropped it. Might have been a slam dunk if he caught it. Nixon looking for help, gets it from his goalie.
Terrific play by 79 in black. A sophomore from Virginia. Didn't panic there, was double teamed and put the ball down in the crease for his goalie.
Jack McDonald now coming back the other way for Maryland.
Those are stingers.
6 on 6.
Back to even strength, but that's a situation, Anish, when you're clearing up the substitution box side, sometimes it's best to just say, you know what, let's go back and out the far side of the field.
Cora swivels down the alley, dumps it to Long on the invert. He has Sullivan hung up. Crease feed, shot, score. Daniel Kelly. Tied at 13.
Turnovers tell the tale. Cause and effect. You cleared up the box side, you got all sorts of problems. Possession created. Joe Alvarisi telling me his biggest fear this week about Maryland's offense, cutters. First thing, coach, what do you got to defend? We got to defend Maryland's cutters.
McCullough, 5 to shoot. Side of the net, dug out by Rupel. Extra man opportunity for Army, and the Black Knights coming into the game connecting on 50% with the man up.
Smart by McCullough. tough. He knows he's going to pay the price.
Fouls out White, 20. 30-second offside technical. Reset to 60.
Only the second man-up opportunity for Army, 1 for 1 tonight. Their very first goal of the game, Mail from Burek. And if you're Maryland, Morin and Lambert have been the two assassins. 6 and 5 EMO goals, respectively.
90 in black, the lefty outside shooter. Top right-hand side of your screen, you see Maryland pressing out to 90 in black. They're taking him out of the equation. He's got a cannon from the outside.
There's Dawson Clark, shoots, scores! Another freshman, another unsung hero. His 5th goal of the season. He was 4 for 16 shooting prior, and Army riding its depth, leading by 1.
Their offensive coordinators, Kyle Georgalis and Justin Ward, under head coach Joe Alvarisi, well prepped. The shutoff, so what? Dawson Clark steps in. Time, room, bullseye.
He can't shake Mazer. Finds Long, another save by Dent. Maryland gets it back on the rebound, the score! Irksome ties the game at 14.
Knox Dent, part of the Red Army. It's the 6 goaltenders on this West Point roster. Peace and pipe, but rebound control keeps, that's the one right there. Beautiful, he regains his feet, but the rebound kicks right out to Irksa, who finds a gap.